hai các bạn. Hôm nay thì mình có hai người bạn đi từ Texas lên đây chơi với mình. Thì thật ra là hai cái bạn này á, là move từ Texas lên New York. Thì tiện trên đường lên New York á, thì ghé lại Philadelphia để đi chơi với mình. Nhưng mà mình cũng có một số việc để đi làm ở New York, cho nên là mình sẽ đi ké hai bạn đó để lên New York. Thì sau đó mình sẽ đi xe bus về. Hai người bạn này là hai người bạn khá là thân với mình lúc mà mình còn ở Texas. Thì bây giờ mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn về hai người bạn này ha. Off we go.
Isn't he so much calmer though?
Yeah.
It's just comes with age, I think.
I remember like last time when I saw him in your apartment, he would like jump up and down.
Yeah. He still might jump occasionally, but it's definitely a lot calmer than it used to be.
Awesome. Say hello. You want to say hello? Look at the camera.
We drove all the way from Houston. It was a long ass drive. Like we've been driving since last Monday. We stopped in Mobile, Alabama, Atlanta, Charleston, some small ass town in Virginia, and Washington DC yesterday, and now we picked up our best friend Fung, and we are headed to New York finally. We are headed to Brooklyn to start our new life, and hopefully in a month we'll be in Germany, but we're staying in Brooklyn for a month while we wait for the German government to open, because right now everything is closed. So we're just literally like camping, waiting for our visas to be processed, and then if for some reason our visas don't work out, we're staying in New York, and hopefully Hudson will be happy with wherever we go.
Hudson, you want to say something?
I need to get a big tote bag so that I can carry him on the subway.
Oh.
Like, I know
Yeah.
he's like way too
those
big to
IKEA
do
bags.
that, but like I want to bring him on the subway.
Just one of those blue IKEA bags.
Yeah.
Finally know the reason why, yeah. I'm never really satisfied, yeah. Waking up a paradise, yeah. Without you by my side.
Yay! You excited?
I'm very excited. I'm in disbelief.
Yes, I'm very excited.
To live in New York, yep. Even if it's only for a month, but maybe longer, we'll see. Like, this is where I was gonna come before I met Stephen, so it's a little weird almost.
What do you think about moving in the middle of the pandemic?
I think it's honestly, I am scared, and my family was scared for me to do it, but at the same time, relatively, we're very young, so I think we're at less of a risk, and I see a lot of opportunity with how many people are leaving. Like lots of people with kids are just packing up and leaving the city, and there has to be someone that comes in that vacuum to like fill. So I think there is an incredible amount of opportunity in this situation that other people probably won't see. So yeah, I'm scared, but at the same time, you just gotta keep moving forward. Can't let all those things get in the way of what your dreams are.
Yeah, more risk, more reward.
Right. More risk, more
Right,
reward.
Hassan?
He's like, yep.
Really make me wanna fly. Cross my heart and hope to die. Lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies when I go to sleep at night. When I go to sleep at night. Lonely, you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies when I go to sleep at night. I finally know the reason why, yeah. I'm never really satisfied, yeah. Waking up a paradise, yeah. Without you by my side.
Tụi mình mới tới New York, bây giờ thì tụi mình sẽ đi tìm cái Airbnb của Stephen với Jordan.
You really make me wanna fly.
That's all you guys have? Mình đang đứng ở ngoài để order đồ ăn. Thì xong rồi tụi mình sẽ đi ra công viên ngồi chơi.
When I go to sleep at night, only you're the reason why I can feel those
Thank you. We got Mediterranean food from SUBTITLE. Now we're headed to the park to have lunch.
Okay, let's go.
With Hudson.
Tụi mình mới đi pick up đồ ăn xong rồi bây giờ tụi mình sẽ đi ra công viên để ngồi ăn. Thì hiện tại là tình hình dịch ở đây đỡ hơn cho nên là mọi người được ra ngoài nhưng mà vẫn phải đeo khẩu trang.
We met on a summer day in June. Said you were headed on your way to Malibu. You've never been, but you always wanted to.
Normally
You
they're like
moved out from the East Coast, California snow. You couldn't handle all the winter and the snow. So there's a lot of things you're trying to do. If you play your cards right, I might be your tour guide in a city. We might be riding around on the set.
they don't
Be a tour guide. I can be a tour guide. I can be a tour guide. Show you around. You know I can be a tour guide. I can show you around.
Say people who you are.
My name is Steven Aber. I'm a documentary photographer from Houston, Texas.
Well, you're gonna slow it down because you're too fast and then
They're like, what the
yeah.
are you saying? Take 2. My name is Steven, and I'm a photographer.
And
I don't know.
just tell people about yourself.
I was born in Texas, but now we're in New York, and hopefully in a month from now, we'll be in Berlin, which is crazy. I just finished a project about Houston, Texas, and I'm gonna go to Europe and try to publish it as a book. I don't know, how do we know each other? No, how did we actually meet?
I think the first time we met in the coffee shop.
So I guess we met each other at a coffee shop
Okay.
at Blacksmith, and then worked together. We've shot weddings together. We worked together at the West Studios and did stuff there. And we both went to HCC, but we never went to classes together. You're the only photographer that's really photographed me before. Yeah, because you photographed me for something for class, and then you photographed the 2 of us.
Yeah.
And that's like the photo I'll use of myself till the day I die, because like you retouched all the lines out of my face. I look fantastic.
Why do you want to move to New York?
I wanted to move to New York because it's an interesting city filled with a lot of different people, and they all have very interesting stories, which excites me. I like people, and I also want to work here. Like, this is going to be a fun city to work in. I'm going to be able to do so many things creatively here that I just couldn't do in Houston. Easiest way to follow me is Photoman Steve on Instagram, but follow Hudson. It's Hudson ACD.
My name is Jordan Gogger. I'm a designer. I currently work at a startup called Diaspo that is aiming to make immigration more simple in the United States. And then I also have a job at another startup that's funded by the German government called Scalable, which is basically an app that's going to help designers transition their designs to front-end code a little bit easier. So I'm working for 2 startups right now. My major was political science originally because I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. I've worked for the Obama campaign. I worked for Winnie Davis when she ran for governor in the state of Texas. I'm from Texas. I've lived there all my life. I just moved here to New York. So my background is in basically pre-law and then political campaigns. I also have a real estate license, so I sold real estate for like 5 years in Houston because it paid my way through college pretty easily. And then there was one semester I was in school and I really just like hated what I was doing. Even though I loved politics, I knew in my heart that like politics and working in campaigns wasn't the the route for me. Enjoy the activism still, but I just don't want to work on a campaign. And so I took like 3 months off, and I really thought about what I wanted to do. And I've always been very passionate about design and how design thinking can change the world. I decided to enroll in the Flatiron School's boot camp for UX and UI, and I spent 6 months almost doing that. They actually extended our program due to the pandemic, so they were like, we can either graduate you or you can keep learning. So I think it ended up being closer to like 8 months, and they actually helped me find a job. Yeah, I do design full time now, and it's something I want to do for the rest of my life. And I want to try to use design to change the world. I wanted to live in New York ever since I was a kid. I've always been encapsulated by the energy that the city has, and the people and the diverse background of everyone that lives here. I really love just the energy and the vibe here. And as a creative, I think this is the best place in America to work. Right now we're in the middle of a pandemic, so it's kind of scary to be here. There are a lot of people that are just chilling, like not wearing masks at all. Like we have ours that we just ate, so we don't have them on. But it's a little bit scary to be here in this time. But like I was telling Fung earlier, there's a little bit of a vacuum because people are leaving. So someone has to fill that vacuum of people that keep this city moving. The job I have in Germany is actually going to pay for me to move there. So I've been to Berlin a couple of times, and when I went, I really fell in love with the city. It's got an amazing history, and literally it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's also stupid cheap to live there as compared to New York. Like we're renting a studio apartment for $2,000 a month here, but in Berlin we could have a 2-bedroom apartment for like 1,200 euros, which is like $1,300. So it's much cheaper to live there, and it's sort of the same vibe. You can see my work on my website, which is jordangauger.io, and I'll have Fung link it in the description down below. So yeah, you can give them my work on my portfolio, but you can also follow me on Instagram. It's at jordangauger. That's JORDANGAUGER. And this is Hudson. This is Hudson. This is our cattle dog. Yeah, this is Hudson. He's very intrusive. He loves to meet people. He doesn't like skateboarding for some reason.
But he does like to camp.
Yeah,
We took him camping this year for the first time, and he absolutely loves it.
Come on, bub. Yeah, so his Instagram is at HudsonACD. You can keep up with him. We need to do better about posting now that he's free and in New York.
Didn't know my heart had a care. The road of the feelings in my life. Yeah. I wish that I met you a little sooner. I wish that I kept you closer.
Subway hôm nay là siêu vắng luôn. Một cái toa subway vậy đó chỉ có 1 đến 2 người thôi. Nhưng mà rất là sạch, cực kỳ sạch luôn. Nên là mình rất là thích. Cũng đã lâu lắm rồi mình mới quay lại New York, thì nói chung là quay lại New York mình rất là thích, lúc nào cũng vậy hết á, mặc dù có chuyện gì đi xảy ra chăng nữa thì mình vẫn thích New York. Thì mình mới vừa đưa Steven với lại Jordan về Airbnb của hai bạn đó phải nghỉ ngơi, ngày mai có việc phải làm, còn bây giờ thì mình sẽ về chỗ mình nghỉ ngơi. Video đến đây là kết thúc, hẹn gặp mọi người ở video kế tiếp. Ngày mai mình sẽ quay nguyên một ngày ngày mai mình ở New York như thế nào. Còn bây giờ video này đến đây là kết thúc, chúc mọi người cuối tuần vui vẻ. Bye.